I'm here with Carol Troop, the owner of a local nonprofit in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's called Odessas Place. Carol is also a retired school teacher. She's also a community advocate. She's a mother. She was also an administrator, as far as a public school administrator, principal. Carol, if you would maybe talk about where you grew up, how many siblings you had. Did you grow up with both parents or one parent?
Okay, I grew up, my mother's name was Odessa Meredith. My father's Daniel Meredith, but I was raised by a single mother. My mother, Odessa Meredith. And I was the seventh child out of 11. And just in a home where my mother just made provisions for us.
So what's it like growing up? What's it like growing up in a home with that many people, like in a house? What's that like? What do you have? What are some things you have to learn in growing like in that type of situation?
I was the seventh child out of 11, so we say I was on the seventh step. So we learned how to survive. We learned how to do things for ourselves early in life, and to be sustained, because we worked together, but you had to know what to do for yourself.
Okay. So tell me about your mother. I know a lot of people seem to have good memories of your mother in this community. Tell me what she was like, what made her so well liked and still remembered today in this community.
She was a community person who was compassionate, who was concerned about other people. Even though she had 11 children, she was also concerned about other people, and she always worked in a position like what I have now. She served people. She fed people, she clothed people, she gave people rides. She always went out of the box, stepped out of the box to help others. Even though she didn't have a lot, but she still gave out of what she had.
Okay. So how many children did you have on of your own?
I have 6 children.
Okay. How many boys and girls?
Four boys and 2 daughters.
Okay. So when you were raising your children, were you like receiving like government assistance, food stamps, anything like that helped you along the way as a single mother?
Okay, when I got married young, so I was on public welfare, but then I had the opportunity. I started working in the daycare under Helen Roy, and I started going to school through that program. So I was able to work myself up, starting from being a daycare teacher, and went into the 4-year program as a teacher. And a principal. I worked my way through the system, even though I started out on welfare. I didn't stay there. It was like a system in place that helped me as I was going to school.
Okay. I know sometimes you hand out free food here at Odessas Place. Have you ever had to do that yourself, like go get food for your family or receive food at like food banks and stuff like that?
Yes, I did. When we were younger, they had a place on East 18th Street, the surplus store. I remember it was a big green building. We all used to be over there getting surplus items. I remember the cheese, the Spam, the pork and gravy, and we appreciated it, what we got.
Okay. So in the Erie community, what are some agencies or centers, community centers, things like that helped you as a mother as you were coming, that were vital in helping you raise? Like, was there a clinic, or did you, how did that, all that?
I lived out by Buffalo Road, so I mostly went to the JFK Center and utilized the things that they provided. They had the milk program, the WIC program, they had the clinic there. Everything was right there. So I always went there, and sometimes I went to the Martin Luther King Center. Depends on what they had, what they offered that could benefit me and my children at that time, but I was a single mother.
So what would you say, just before we go into talking about your nonprofit, as a single mother who's out there today doing it by herself, who may be like kind of embarrassed about going to get help? Like some people don't like to admit that they need help sometimes. What advice do you have for somebody like that?
Okay, because of the way I was raised up, I saw my mother helping people, so I was never ashamed to understood when I needed help, and I would tell people, if you need help, go get it. Help is available. Help. There are many organizations out there that will help you. All you have to do is get up and go take advantage of the programs that's in place. You just can't sit there and say, I need this, I need that. No one is going to bring stuff to you. You have to get up and make an effort yourself to go get it. And when people see you helping yourself, people will help you.
So, Carol, it seems like you came from a family of service. So when you hear the word service, you often hear that word. What does that mean to you when you hear the word service?
Stepping out of yourself, assessing the needs of others, and looking for ways to help them. Because I understand, because I went through that myself, so I can look at people and see when there is a need. So just looking at people and providing help for a need, situation. Because people have different needs. So you provide different things for what they may need. Because everybody don't need the same thing.
Right. So although you've been serving your whole life, about 17 years ago, you decided to make your service official by starting a nonprofit. Can you tell us about that nonprofit, the name of the nonprofit, and maybe tell us about the mission, the goals here of the nonprofit?
17 years ago, I was working in a school that majority of the students receive reduced or free lunches. And I saw the need that people need help. People need help, out of their home situations. People still need other help. And that what my mother did was always on the inside of me. And it being in that position in that school, that kind of stirred that up for me to move forward to help people. And that's how I looked for me a building, and that's how I came across Odessas Place. And my mission is to provide a stimulating, supportive setting for diverse people. We have people from all over the city coming here when we serve to get whatever we're providing.
So the name of it is Odessas Place. Why did you choose that name? What was the significance of that name?
Odessa Place is named after my mother, and that was her goal. One of her goals was to help people. She helped people do so many things that once if you just bring her name up, people remember her. Even from music, from providing food, rides, just being a supportive system for people.
Mm-hmm. Where in Erie is Odessas Place located? What's the address? Where is it located at?
Okay, it's located on the west side, 628 West 18th Street, right next to the International Bakery.
So just for one more clarity, could you state your mission one more time, just so people can hear what your mission is?
The mission of Odessas Place is to provide a stimulating, supporting setting for diverse people. We're here for people from all over the city. We have people even come from the outskirts of Erie. When they find out that we're doing things, they'll come here to get whatever we're offering. Because, like I said, we look for ways to help people in different ways.
Mm-hmm. So, since you've been doing this for 17 years, what are some positives that you would say about starting your own nonprofit? What are some good things about that?
One thing when you help other people, it just makes you feel good to see that you're in a place to provide a support system for somebody, and then it reminds you sometimes how soon we forget where we came from. It reminds me somebody helped me, and my desire is to help somebody else. I didn't have to do it. That was just not on the inside to try to just help somebody else when they're in a situation. I could see myself in a lot of their situations, and I wanted to be in a place to help others. And when other people see you're doing that, other people will help you too to serve those needs.
So you weren't really getting paid to do all this stuff. You were just doing this out of your goodness of your heart, basically, right?
Right. Everything here. I never received a salary from over here. I never received anything. We're working strictly on donations and volunteers that come here, and the building has been sustained by that.
So for somebody out there who's thinking about starting their own nonprofit, what do you think are some difficulties, some things that kind of caused you stress sometime? What are some things like that are hard about running your own nonprofit?
First of all, you got to make sure it's something that you want to do, not because somebody else told you to do it. It's in your heart. And so when you then have a plan, what you want to do, and have short and long-term goals, and sometimes you might come across situations where you need help. Sometimes you got to put your own money in. You got to be prepared to do that. But for me, I was blessed to have smart people around me. You know, I had my sister, my brother's a lawyer, my sister helped me. I had different people that were in different areas that was here. I didn't have I had a board, but my sisters and brothers were in place to help me. The legal services, PR, typing, whatever I needed, always had someone in place to help me. So it can be a struggle if you don't have the right people around you, like an inner group that don't have, they're there, but they don't have the heart or see the vision the way you see it.
So what are some different events over the years or things that you do here at Odessas Place, the service company? What are some different events you have?
Okay, just last week we had we served our Thanksgiving dinner. We served over 200 people. We had things was donated for that, and we had volunteers. And we're up in December the 18th. We're having our Christmas giveaway, which will be giving people lunch and also toys and a book. We have our back to school program where we give away books, school supplies, and we have our Easter basket giveaway. And we give over maybe 300 baskets to the community. And then sometimes I have a lot of women programs over here that we have. We have the Heart of the Mother. With baby boomers come over here too, where we work with seniors in the neighborhood and leadership programs. But what I did is
what about clothing? I know you have a lot of clothing.
I have a clothing pantry that's all year round, and also have food here that people can come in and take, because people know that I have this here, and they'll come over. They'll come in. Because of COVID, I've been kind of like shut down a little bit, but I'm trying to open up gradually to, so people can come in and get things. But if they call me, I will come over here by appointment. I'm not open every day like I used to be, because I'm trying to be safe, trying to protect them, also protect myself.
Right. That makes sense. So when you're running these events, where do the funds generally come from for these events that you're doing?
Most of them are by donations. People here, they find out you're doing that, people will donate. And then sometimes we have a fundraiser. We have the Blues for Shoes, where people donate for the school supplies. And we use that, whatever we get, we use it for whatever we're doing it. The money is given for. People will donate when they see that you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. So what are the importance of, you talked about volunteers. How have volunteers been important here at Odessas Place?
I always had volunteers. When I worked at the Piper Roller School, when my teacher friends would come over, they'd find out that I was giving a giveaway or Christmas or Easter basket. I would at least have 10 teachers come over here. They wanted to be a part of that. And we have people right in the churches. I had like 4 churches connect with me for the dinner. And what we're doing now is, we're connecting more. We're making connections, and each group brings volunteers. So we have volunteers. For whatever we may be doing, we always have enough volunteers. And it's very important to utilize your volunteers, because you can't do it by yourself.
Right. Now that must say a lot about you, that people are willing to volunteer their time, their resources, their money, their effort, even though they know they're not going to get paid. What is it that's been able to give people that willingness to help you? What do you think that comes from?
People look at you and see, they can tell if you're authentic, if you're serious about what you're doing. When people pick that up from you, you don't have to say it, because who you are is projected to people. And people can pick up who you are, and then people will respond to you from what they get from you. You don't always have to say things. Just be authentic. And people, just like I just had a lady come over this week, and I had a call back, and I have a lot of donations in my center room. And she said, I want to come over and just organize all that stuff for you. And I said, is there a charge? She said, no charge. I just want to do it. So that's what people want to do. I can't do that by myself, and I appreciate that. I just received that call yesterday. She wants to come over and do that. I said, yes, you can, yes.
So if people want to help Odessas Place, how can they help? What can they do?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm always posting things about what we're doing. So Odessas Place has a page, and you can also just inbox me, Carol Troop, on Facebook. If you see something posted, if you want to come over and volunteer, if you want to be a part of anything that we're doing, there's room for you, there's space for you to come over and help.
So once again, she does have a Facebook page under her name, Carol Troop, and also Odessas Place has a page that you can also message her and get a hold of her if you want to help out or donate funds or supplies, things like that for the different events. Any last thoughts, Carol, that you want to share with the listening audience?
Well, we've been in place since March 2005, and so it's based on volunteers and donations. This building has been sustained, so something must be going right, and we appreciate anyone that would like to come and be a part of Odessas Place. We're here to serve. It's not about serving me, it's about serving others. If you want to be a part of that, just inbox me. We would appreciate your support in whatever you may do. And I appreciate Mr. Motroop for working with me with a lot of the things. He puts a lot of the posts up. He does the fundraisers, Blues for Shoes, and different things that we make, we buy all our school supplies and stuff. And then we also, if you need to be replenished with school supplies, all you have to do is contact me or Mo. We have school supplies over here that you can get. You need to be replenished with your school supplies. And again, we do have the clothing closet. If you need things, they are available over here, and everything is free.
So once again, just to wrap it up, I was here today with Carol Troop, just to share a little bit about her again. She was a teenage mother, mother of 6, who kept her vision alive of having things in her life, and she became a school teacher. She retired as a public school teacher. She also was a public school administrator. She had a vision to start Odessas Place, which is a local nonprofit in Erie, PA, and she's been doing that now 17 years. So we'd like to thank Carol for her time today. And if you want to get a hold of her, once again, you can message her on Facebook, Carol Troop, or you can message her at her page for Odessas Place, which is a nonprofit organization she started in Erie, PA. Thank you.